Dawn. You're locked on to the Queen First Song with 99.9, and it's now 15 minutes after the hour of 12 p.m. At this time, we bring to you mini news coming to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
99.9, the heart and soul of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We FM is SVG.
Good afternoon and welcome to EFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Just for you, at Quartz Optical, get 15% off. When you bring in your prescription from any other eye care provider, we'll give you 15% off the cost of your frames and lenses. So visit us today and get 15% off. Offer valid on cash and credit purchases. Conditions apply. See in-store for details. Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Welcome back to EFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited. First, on the local scene, work on the Young Island dock seawall and parking lot extension is now in its final stages. Handrails have been installed and are currently being painted, while the new walkway to the beach, which is designed to improve access for the elderly, is nearing completion with final finishing touches on the way. Additionally, the car park has been successfully backfilled and extended, significantly improving visitor access and convenience. This project marks continued investment by the government in tourism and national development, enhancing both infrastructure and the overall visitor experience in the area. The industry unit within the Ministry of Agriculture has announced that it is now accepting applications to its small business grant program. This is the third year that the program is being held to provide financial assistance to businesses in the agro-processing sector. Under this small grants program, the industry unit will award grants of $2,000 for product development, packaging and labeling, innovation, and product testing. Applicants for grants, including entrepreneurs and agro-processors, are required to have an existing business name under which they are currently operating. The business must operate in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and have an annual turnover of no more than $50,000. Also, applicants must be working along with or indicate commitment to working along with the Center for Enterprise Development, Inc., CED, and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards, and must submit to verification and consultative visits by the SVG Bureau of Standards and the CED, respectively. Application forms are available at the industry unit located on the second floor of the National Insurance Services Building in Kingston, or at the CED office on the ground floor of the Cooperative League Center at Lower Kingston Park. Applications close on August 11, 2025. Still on the local scene, the Minister of Finance, Honorable Camilo Gonsalves, promises that the construction of the 2 new secondary schools at Orange Hill and Brighton will represent the continuation of the education revolution, a revolution focused on expanding curriculum and inclusion. Minister Gonsalves noted that the government is trying to go beyond an incremental advancement to a radical and transformative advancement in the classroom experience for students. We hear more from Minister Gonsalves.
The TVET facility will also serve the surrounding communities. The idea, Madam Speaker, honorable members, as we discuss the evolution of this idea, is that this school can and should become a magnet for students around the country who are interested in TVET and interested in the arts. So we're going to have music studios so they can come and refine that. It's going to have a band room so that they can work on music. And it's going to have TVET facilities. And we include the cultural sector, or they call the orange economy, in that TVET sector. That it's not just auto repair and that sort of stuff that is in TVET. But we hope that we're going to attract students who have an interest in those particular areas.
That was the Minister of Finance, Honorable Camilo Gonçalves. Minister Gonçalves also noted that the school at Brighton will have a heavy focus on technical vocational education and training, TVET, and the arts, mainly music. The school will be constructed to accommodate approximately 500 students and built to climate resilient specifications. On to news in the region. Belize has signed a Memorandum of Cooperation, MOC, with the United States, setting the stage for a biometric data sharing partnership. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade, Culture, and Immigration, Frances Fonseca, signed the agreement with Kristi Noem, the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Minister Fonseca said the objective of the new partnership is to enhance border security and public safety through the sharing of information. According to a statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the key implementing agencies are the Police Department and the Department of Border Management and Immigration Services. Additionally, the ministry said that personal data is protected and cannot be transferred to a third party, and that the MOC is governed by the laws of Belize. It further stated that all Belizeans continue to enjoy the protection of the Constitution and other relevant national legislation. The Counter-Trafficking Unit, CTU, in Trinidad and Tobago has welcomed the prison sentence imposed on a former police officer who was found guilty on charges of harboring 2 Colombian women for the purpose of exploitation by prostitution. The CTU said that the conviction of Valentine Eastman is a powerful affirmation of justice and a reminder that no one is above the law, not even those sworn to uphold it. Eastman, who did not take the witness stand during the trial, had been charged between March 3rd and 25th, 2013, for harboring Colombian women at Prince's Tongue in south-central Trinidad for the purpose of exploitation in the form of prostitution. The women were then carried to other locations. He was found guilty on 2 of these charges, but was acquitted on the charge of rape. With support from the International Organization for Migration and the Colombian and Chilean embassies, the CTU facilitated the return of 2 of the victims to testify. Their accounts, along with evidence from 14 other witnesses, formed the basis for the state's case. 63-year-old Eastman was sentenced on Monday to 16 years, 5 months and 15 days of hard labor. Eastman, who was serving in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service at the time of the crime, was convicted on January 31st, 2025, following a 2013 investigation by the CTU. On the international scene, the social media platform YouTube will be included in Australia's World First Social Media Ban for children under 16, after the government ditched a previous exemption for the platform. YouTube was set to be excluded from the ban, which will limit TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, and Snapchat, and is due to start in December. Under the ban, teenagers will still be able to view YouTube videos, but will not be permitted to have an account, which is required for uploading content or interacting on the platform. In a statement on Wednesday, YouTube, owned by Google, had argued it shouldn't be blocked for children as the platform offers benefit and value to younger Australians and is not social media. Australia's laws are being watched with great interest by global leaders, with Norway announcing a similar ban and the UK saying it is considering following suit. Exclusions to the ban will include online gaming, messaging, education, and health apps, as they pose fewer social media harms to children under 16, Federal Communications Minister Anika Wells said. Under the ban, tech companies can be fined up to Australian $50 million or US $32.5 million if they don't comply with the age restrictions. Finally, in sports, Rangers are close to completing a loan deal to sign Tottenham Hotspur forward Mikey Moore. The 17-year-old is regarded as one of English football's brightest young talents and has decided a move to the Scottish Premiership club will further his development. The move is subject to a medical and will include an extension to Moore's contract in North London that would allow him to spend the season at Ibrox. This has been VFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Shanika Stapleton. Join us again at 3 o'clock for VFM's 3 p.m. news. VFM's Midday News came to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Switch to a Quartz Ready Cash loan today. Bring your loan to us and get 25% off your interest rate. No collateral. Minimum documentation needed. Approval within 24 hours. And choice of payment terms. All you need to apply is your ID, payslip, recent job letter, proof of address, and 2 references. Visit us in store or apply online at www.quartz.com. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are.